Hiring a broker for your property management company. What's going on YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. Thank you for watching this YouTube channel. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and we're a real estate investment company that has this program called Mentorship Monday. That's what this is. If you guys have a real estate question, all you got to do is send it an email to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and I will answer it right here on this YouTube channel for you and everybody else to learn from, and I'll even give you a shout out. So make sure you send that over. Today's question comes from Ron. Thank you, Ron, for your question. Ron's question is about property management. Now, before I even get into reading his question, I need to explain something to you guys. So, if you have a legitimate property management company, you need to have a broker's license. It doesn't have you have to have a broker's license, but your management company needs to have a broker's license somewhere hanging as a part of its on staff, right? So, someone with a broker's license needs to be working with the company as the broker of record, and that's simply because if you're a property management company, you are practicing real estate in receiving rents for people on behalf of owners, in marketing properties on behalf of owners. You're practicing real estate. And so you need to have your agents for your PM company need to be licensed, and you need to have a broker's license that those agents fall under. That broker's license is who is like that broker with the license is really who's responsible for the property management company's compliance with real estate law. Okay, aside from being an attorney, that they are the educated professional that are there to represent those agents. Okay, so putting that aside, let's get to Ron's question, okay? First, thanks for all the great videos on YouTube. You're welcome, Ron. I'm in the process of setting up a property management company, but we only have a realtor's license. We are in Central Alabama. Based on your experience, what would a typical compensation scheme be for a broker to fulfill the legal requirements set by the state? Also, what would be the broker's relationship with the company, i.e. employee, director, partner, or simply a contractor? Okay, so here's the deal, Ron. Now, I know several property management companies. I know one property management company that simply leases that broker's license from the broker of record, meaning they rent that, they just pay a fee for that broker to use that broker's license. I don't think that's the way you want to do it. I think that the real estate commission could not like that, because the broker of record is supposed to be sitting in the office. They're supposed to have office hours. They're supposed to be there, right? So I don't think that you just renting that license is the right way to do it. Now, the Real Estate Commission, as I understand it, and I'm not an attorney and I'm not a member of the Real Estate Commission, so this is what I have seen, the broker's role can be of a couple of different things. The property management company that runs a lot of my properties in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, that broker of record is really not a very active person with the company. They have office hours, but they typically spend most of their time going out selling real estate, trying to generate more leads for their real estate portfolio, or maybe just building their real estate business and just generating buyers and sellers and that kind of thing. They don't have to have an active hands-on role in the property management company. They don't have to, collect rents themselves or anything like that. So the broker can be as active or as hands-off as you need them to be, but they need to have physical presence in the office so that the real estate commission, if they come in, they can see that the broker has office hours there and they have a presence and there is a broker on site, whether they're there or not. So to your question is, there is no hard and fast rule that I know of that for where a real estate broker falls in this type of an arrangement. Now, there's no regulation on that, but I think here's what I've seen work the best, Ron, in that if someone's got their broker's license, they likely have some contacts, they likely have some resources, and they likely had to go to school for a little while to get that broker's license, meaning they're well educated and they're probably connected. So I would not shun the broker. I would not push them off into the sunset. I would actually bring them into the company and cause some sort of a win-win. So maybe the broker makes some extra money if they sell real estate that ends up getting managed by the property management company. Maybe they get some sort of a financial override or a commission. These are all you're allowed to do. You're allowed to compensate for people's time if you're a broker, if you're compensate for sales and commissions and things like that. So I would incentivize the broker for helping you grow the business. Maybe not give them ownership, but they're going to be connected. They're going to be educated. So leverage that. Leverage their education and their contacts by helping you build your business. So I would bring them in and make them maybe one of your best salespeople. in that. So that's what I recommend you do. But there's no regulation that I know of that says that they have to be involved or they have to own the company, whatever it is. You just have to have a broker of record on staff that's in the office a certain amount of time. So strongly recommend you guys check out your local state real estate commissions, because that defines exactly what the rules are for brokers of records in that. So those are my thoughts on that. But I do commend you, Ron, and I think Central Alabama is an area that's growing really quickly. So I wish you guys the best of luck there. Again, help me at DeRosaGroup.com is the email address for Mentorship Monday questions. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you for watching, and have a great profitable week.